What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are heading on into the Mexican Grand Prix in this episode of F1 2020 My Team Season 3. We are 3 Grand Prix away from the end of the season, and this is the third to last, Mexico of course. Taking a look at our R&D tree as always before we head on in and do anything else. We need to still adapt a lot of these upgrades, so let us begin by just choosing one of these random upgrades and adapting them in time. Do we want to do brakes? Do we want to do tire wear? I think I want to do tire wear, so we are going to start here with the roll dampers, adapt that, and then adapt this one as well. And we should be making more resource points with the practice programs and whatnot, so we should be in good shape for the Grand Prix next season. Still nothing else to do. We are going into the Mexico Grand Prix weekend. I'm gonna do the practice programs and see you guys for qualifying afterwards as always, but right now we don't have enough resource and development points for any more adaptation upgrades, so we will see how much we have afterwards and trigger some more. Another successful practice program and another successful practice session actually, and we are here at the qualifying stage of the Mexican Grand Prix. I feel confident on the circuit, so I think for the first qualifying session I'm going to go out on mediums and see how I fare on them, and then we will progress to using softs for the later stages. Towards the end of Q2 or maybe in Q3 we'll be seeing rain in Mexico, so we'll adjust accordingly and see what happens to our time. Our first lap of Q1 and it's already raining a bit. I think we should be competitive though because we got 2 purple sectors. We're just behind Gasly, 0.3. I think I'm just gonna let it sit here. I should be through to the next round considering it's raining. Let's see. The rain is coming down hard at the end of the session, so we do progress on to Q2 with only one shot at qualifying on the medium compact tire. Aitken, Schumacher, Grosjean, De Vries, Giovinazzi, and Russell all failed to qualify for Q2. Let's head on in and see what we can do there. Our first lap of Q2 in heavy rainfall is, I don't know, P1. We are the fastest lap. We're the fastest car on the circuit. I think I'll give it one more go just to get the feeling for it for the next qualifying session, so let's see if we can improve on that. Our second lap of Q2 is a lot better, 124.8. That should see us through to Q3. Let's see. Very strong showing from us, but what a shocker here. Max Verstappen misses out on Q3, finishing in P13. We had the fastest lap. Wow, what is happening to Max Verstappen? Albon, Magnussen, Stroll, Gasly, and Latifi joined Verstappen in missing out on qualifying Q3. Let's take a look and see where we end up in Q3. First lap of Q3, we're coming up to the line here. We're the fastest lap with a 123.8. Wow, that is one heck of a showing from us. So what a result from us. We get P1 after that one run. We are 0.7 seconds ahead of the 2 Ferraris actually. Perez and Leclerc round out the top 3 positions for the start of the race. Perez locking out the front row with us. That is quite a sight to see as the Ferraris are pushing ahead of the Red Bull and Mercedes cars. But it's all come down to the race day. We have to perform well starting from pole position, and we will take a look at how Verstappen fares with all that traffic ahead of him. So let's head on into race day and hopefully we can get valuable points to close the gap to Verstappen.
Here we go then, it's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from 3rd on the grid. And what are the Honda powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6 mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about Lucky. They need second or better to ensure they stay in contention for the title. Anything outside of that and their fate is no longer in their hands.
The key now will be to keep in the right mindset. We've seen time and again that things go wrong if you just try and do the minimum. Not necessarily because of the pressure, but because it's different to your usual approach. They'll need to avoid that and stay focused today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lucky lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Fiat, Lewis Hamilton and Ocon, Bottas, Norris, Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz, Latifi, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Magnussen, Albon, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nick de Vries, Grosjean, Schumacher, Aitken and Max Verstappen completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Just 3 races left. You can still win the driver's title, but you need a strong performance. Come on, let's give it our best shot.
Jeff is definitely rooting for us in this race as we see ourselves in P1 and Max Verstappen taking a load of grid penalties. I don't know what he changed out, but he is at the back of the grid now. We are sandwiching the whole F1 grid with our cars. Let's take a look at our race strategy. We have some liberty in changing our tire allocations. Let's take a look. We'll do this. This will be my strategy. And we will drop our fuel load to approximately... we save a lot of fuel, so I want to try... 1.8 laps of fuel in the deficit. Flashbacks to season 1 when we ran out of fuel at the on the last turn. But anyway, here we go. Almost 2 laps of fuel in deficit. Car's ready. Car setup's good. Here we go. Mexico. We need a good race here. Off we go. Rich and overtake. 5 red lights. Got a great start. I'm gonna try and cut him off. Cut off the 2 Ferraris behind us. We are cradling the middle lane here, trying to distract the drivers from getting a good turn 1. Getting shunted from behind. Don't know what happened. Hamilton shunted me apparently. Alright, we're off. We had to take a corner cut warning there, otherwise I would have crashed into Perez. Another corner cut warning. Now we need to be clinical for the rest of the Grand Prix. Here we go. End of lap 1. Perez is right behind us. He's probably going to try and attack us here. Cut him off a little bit, and we do have the straight line speed. Look at us pull away from Perez with the rich and overtake on. Alright, we've got to monitor our fuel now. Oh, Perez is on the attack here, going on the inside. We cut him off a little. Going wide there, but we are still in... Oh, Perez crashes into us. Surely that's his warning. Okay. We're here at the start-finish straight again. Another fastest lap recorded, but Bottas, Ocon steal it. We pull away from Perez, or Leclerc. Perez is in the pits, I guess, after his wing gets blasted off for crashing into us. Oh, another fastest lap, but it is immediately taken by Leclerc. I guess it's because he has DRS and stuff, so... We have a yellow flag behind us. Wonder who that is. It seems like a retirement is incoming. Yep, Pierre Gasly's out of the session again. Alright, VSC. Another VSC. Ay ay ay. Pierre Gasly is not finishing races these days. He missed out last time. He DNF'd like 2 races ago. Alright. Green flag running. Leclerc is right behind me now. Because of the unfair treatment that we get from VSCs. Another yellow flag? Who is it? Uh-oh, Leclerc's right on my tail with DRS. He's gonna try and attack me on the inside. Give him the squeeze. Well defended there. And now I think Bottas and Leclerc are fighting it out, so now we have some space and opportunity to run away. Entering lap 9, we have a healthy gap to Leclerc behind, approximately 5 seconds. We are saving a lot of fuel as well. As you see, while I'm on standard and I'm on full gas, I still save fuel. That's how efficient this car is. So we are going to make the most out of these standard laps. We'll see how much fuel we can save, and then I'll probably bump up to rich soon. Maybe now. I think if I go rich now, we can also save a lot of fuel. I think it should be manageable. My tire wear is approximately 34%, front left being the worst off right now. 7 seconds-ish gap to Leclerc, and I think the soft compound tire runner should be pitting probably this lap, or maybe the next. They are probably almost done with their tires. Oh, teammate is in the pits, so the soft compound tire runners are now switching. Alright, this is our lap window, or pit lap. We are currently on 43% tire wear, maybe one more lap added to this one. We might be still in the good optimum range of these medium compound tires. Everyone else is approximately 26-27 seconds behind, so it's a full pit stop behind us. Bottas is kind of fast, which is worrying me. Driver behind.
Bottas is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 26.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 17.2.
Alright, so Bottas has one more stop. He's already on new softs pretty much, I guess. You know what? Let's do it. Let's follow the plan. Yeah, we're going in for softs now so that we can be competitive against Bottas. Let's see how much a pit stop is here. I think it is 20 seconds. I think it is. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Please, 1 point... Okay, 2.1 I'll take. I'll take 2.1. Bottas is still making the final hairpin turn out of Sector 3. We are way ahead. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We are still way ahead of Bottas. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Now that is what I'm talking about. Ooh, it's a fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:15.5. I was pushing the car to its limits and we got all 3 green sectors. That is a good sight to see. Stealing fastest lap from Bottas. Let's keep pushing though. Driver behind.
Max behind. Okay, the gap behind is 13.8 seconds. They're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:16.3.
I just noticed Max Verstappen is right behind us. Goodness me. He just wove through traffic like it was nothing. Oh no. Why is Verstappen slowing down? Well, it doesn't matter. It's good, isn't it? That means we can extend our gap to him. But I wonder if that's a terminal problem on the car. We'll see. Grosjean is up ahead. Come on, blue flag running, Grosjean. Gotta slow down, bro. There we go. Alright, we just went past Grosjean. Verstappen's on mediums now. He went on softs. He went soft, I guess, and then went to mediums. We still have a medium compound stint. Oh, soft compound stint remaining. We started off with the mediums, now we have a soft left, yeah. Not quite sure what just happened. The car kind of bounced around. I was checking for wing damage, but no, there are none. There is none. No damage. How's our front left doing? 40%, but it was yellow earlier. Okay, it's coming back down to green. Alright, this should be our pit window. We just went past Magnussen. Lap 26-27 is our pitting window for the final 10 laps of the Grand Prix on softs. Let's see what we can do here. We're going one more lap before we pit. I think we can afford one more lap. Tire wear is looking okay, yeah, 52% is okay. We'll do one more lap and then switch to another set of softs and then finish off the Grand Prix. Here we go into the pit lane for our final stint with the new soft compound tire. We should be ahead of Max Verstappen when we release. All good. We have a solid Grand Prix here. Good racing. Save up on a little bit of fuel so that we can hit on target fuel. 2.5 seconds is alright. Let's see if we're ahead of Max Verstappen. Yep, he still hasn't made the turns in the third sector. I have a good feeling this might be another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Let's take a look here. Yes, it is. 114.9. We are pulling away from Max Verstappen, so it seems like this Grand Prix is in the bag. Another fastest lap in consecutive laps. Wow, 0.7 seconds faster than our previous lap. We are getting faster and faster on these soft compound tires. Another back marker in the form of Giovinazzi overtaken. We got two blue markers right here, or back markers. Blue flag, Schumacher and Albon. So we got Schumacher, now we need to get Albon. We got DRS from Albon though, thank you. Ooh, penultimate lap, and we are close to some Williams by the looks of it. Two Williams cars of Latifi and De Vries are probably up ahead. Here we go. Final lap of the Grand Prix, and we have a solid 30-second lead against our teammate. And we got Nick De Vries and Latifi ahead of us. Whoa, what is Latifi doing there? Alright, we overtook both of them, and then now we have DRS. Why is there a yellow flag? Is someone retiring? Oh, by the looks of it, a Williams looks like it's retiring. Yep, Latifi's out. Poor guy. So close to the end of the Grand Prix. They got the confetti, the smoke out for me as I make the final turn. Here we go, end of the Grand Prix. Low fuel mode as we cross the line. Beautiful, P1.
Superb driving. That's the race win.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
Indeed, a fabulous result. I'm very impressed with Max Verstappen. He started at P22 and then came up to the podium in P2. Despite being 30 seconds behind us, you have to congratulate him on that feat. We had a fabulous Grand Prix in Mexico this time around. We get pole as well as P1 by the end of the race weekend. Verstappen in P2 and Kvyat in P3 rounding out the top podium positions. Then we have Ricciardo, Bottas, Leclerc, Perez, Ocon, Norris, and Stroll rounding out the top 10 points positions. Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, De Vries, Albon, Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Magnussen, Aitken, Latifi round out the rest of the finishing drivers. Latifi, of course, retiring at the end of lap 35 or lap 36 for him, so he does complete it after completing 90% of the race. Gasly DNF'd in the early stages of the race, triggering a VSC for a moment, but then it was all good for the rest of the race. Standings wise, it is getting very close between myself and Verstappen. 10-point gap between us, 374 for Verstappen, 364 for myself, so it is still all to fight for as we enter the next Grand Prix, which will be in Brazil, another strong circuit for myself. So hopefully we can keep the pressure up on Verstappen. Our lead is still dominant, 432 the gap between Mercedes and us. Red Bull overtaking Ferrari after this weekend, so this is all still to fight for in P3 and P4. P5 and P6, McLaren and Racing Point are actually level. So that is quite an interesting fight that goes down until the wire, until the last days of the season. And Williams and Haas are still down there. So it is all still to fight for. Let's see what happens in the next couple Grand Prix weekends. Another solid performance from us. We started off in pole. Max Verstappen took a grid penalty and ended up starting in P22. We started off on the medium compound of tire, flipping the strategy of the soft medium, and that turned out to be a decent strategy. We also did well to keep everyone behind us, defending strongly, and then, yeah, it was mayhem before turn 1. We got taken out by the Mercedes. I think that was Lewis Hamilton, and then he kind of took himself out there as he hit our axle and took us into the grass. The Ferraris were the hardest drivers out there. They were quite competitive with us, Perez and Leclerc being close behind us, but then I think they also made a mistake colliding into us and then getting wing damage, and then they had to resort to pitting, as you see right there. Otherwise, I think I had a fairly quiet race. I don't know how much of the footage I'm putting up in this video, like always. It's because it's very quiet driving. It was just being clinical and being cautious of every turn, trying not to exceed the track limits after getting the 2 warnings on our first lap. I couldn't have asked for a better pit time. Pit windows were like, what, 2.1 seconds and 2.5 seconds. They really helped us stay competitive, and it was quite a fun Grand Prix otherwise. A lot of clean driving, very fast car, so I am looking forward to adapting all our upgrades for the next season, because I don't want to lose this fast car for the next season. And yeah, we are coming down to the final 2 Grand Prix, so the Brazilian Grand Prix as well as the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Abu Dhabi, we do struggle, so we do want to get a lead in Brazil, so hopefully we can get that sorted. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. The Mexico Grand Prix was a great success, keeping the pressure up on Max Verstappen. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe using the red button down below, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when the next video goes live on my channel. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and are enjoying life, and thank you so much for stopping by this channel. Until next time at the Brazilian Grand Prix, I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then.